Welcome to Farah Show. My name is Farah Guerrier. I am your host of Farah Show. It is a pleasure to see you one more time. I have something special for you today, and I know that most of you will need this. If you don't need it, please pass it on to someone else who needs it. I want to talk about planning and budgeting, something very important, something that we all need to understand and actually follow. It's okay to spend money, but it's not okay for you to spend money that you can't afford, because at that point you're going to owe money, you're going to go into debt in order for you to sustain that lifestyle. So let me tell you what budget is. Budget is actually a recap of your money coming in, your income, whether it's coming from your salaries, your investments, um, donations, however you bring in money. That's your income portion. Then you have your expenses. Your expenses are your bills, your debt, your obligation, people that you owe money to that you have to remit at the end of the month. At the bottom is actually either whether you over budget, which is the difference between your income and your expenses. You're going to be either over budget or under budget. It is not good for you to spend more money than you actually bringing in. Each budget is different for different people, for different family. It's all, there's no two budgets that are exactly alike unless you are living the same exact lifestyle with someone, which I have not met anyone who has the same exact lifestyle. But there are things that varies in your budget. For instance, the lifestyle that you have, whether you a lavish spender, whether you have you conservative or not. There's also your status. One thing about your status, once you have a spouse or you live with someone, there's two income in a house. So now that's more money coming in, which technically should be more savings. It depends on your lifestyle again. The other thing again is your dependents. Do you have any children? Are you, because if when you have children, you have to start thinking about college funds. You have to think about medical expenses. You have to think about other things other than yourself. Then you have to start thinking about your goal. What do you want? Do you want to buy a car? Do you want to buy a house? Are you planning a vacation? Are you planning retirement? What exactly is your plan? What exactly is your goal? Will vary in your budget. There's also debts. There's loans, credit cards. There's different type of debts that you have. Like for instance, if you take a second mortgage on your house, that's an extra debt on your that you have to worry about. Then you have to take into consideration all the other obligations, such as family members, if there's an emergency, your car, and so forth. There's different obstacles. You're probably wondering why you need a budget. Well, let me tell you something. If you have a goal, whether you want to buy a house, a car, or you want to go on vacation, or perhaps you want to do something different for yourself, without that budget, you won't be able to tell what is coming in and what's going out. You won't be able to tell if you're able to afford it. You have to know every dime that you earn, how it's spent. Because once you know how it's spent, then you'll know how much you'll be able to save. Without the saving, you won't be able to obtain your goal. You need to understand the importance of a budget in your household. The good thing about a budget, it helps you stay within your means in order for you to achieve your goal. You can't wait till you have a lot of money to start a budget. No, it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. You need to know how much money you have, how much money you're spending in order for you to tell whether that goal is achievable or not. You cannot set goals without knowing what's coming in and what's going out and whether it's feasible or not. That right there is very important. You need to discipline yourself, because sometimes it might not fit into your budget, but you have to discipline yourself and isolate certain things that you don't need in order for you to attain that goal. Keep in mind, your goals are only temporary. This is just till you achieve it. Once that's achievable, then you could change your budget around to do your next project or to continue living the lifestyle or that you did before. Let me tell you how to prepare a budget. You need to take your salaries, 3 months' salaries. You divide it by 3 because on top you're going to have your salaries. Just like that Excel spreadsheet that I have over here, you're going to see that salaries is on top. Now, you take 3 months of salaries, you divide that by 3. That tells you how much money that's coming in. You take your income, whether that's interest that you earn from an investment, donation, child support, whatever that you have that's coming in a month. You add all of that in 3 times for the past 3 months, and you divide that by 3. That will give you an idea how much money you have coming in per month. Now you do the same for the expenses. The only difference with the expenses, you're going to put a little surplus of 10%. Reason why is because of the inflation. Bill has a tendency to go higher. They don't go down. Salary doesn't go down. They go up. But expenses go up. And sometimes they go down. If it's all based on usage. For instance, your light bill might be $50 this month. It might be $120 next month. And then it could go down to $40. All is based on usage. So what you do is you set yourself together, take 3 months, add all those 3 months together, divide it by 3, and that will give you an average of how much you will spend per month. I would put an additional 10% on that just to be on the safe side. At least you have that extra cushion just in case the bill go higher and it didn't go down. What you're going to do next, you're going to put your goal, how much you think you could actually spend towards your goal. The best way to determine that is when you look at your salaries, you look at all the mandatory expenses. I'm not talking about things like, well, you go shopping and you have a credit card that you put charges on it that was unnecessary. I'm talking about things like your mortgage, your car payment, your insurance, food on the table, things like that. Those are mandatory expenses. Your utilities, those are mandatory expenses. You're going to take that, you're going to minus from your salary, and then you're going to see how much is left. Now, everything else that you don't do on a norm basis or something that you do just to please yourself, it's going to have to go on the side until you finish with your goal. Because that money that you used to spend extra, that money that you used to go out to dinner, that vacation that you take every year, it's going to be on hold for a little while because you have a goal. You are trying to achieve that goal. So on that note, you need to consider getting rid of things that is not necessary. That red bottom shoe, try it a couple of years, then you'll buy it if it's still in stock. So at the end of that total, when you take the income less the expenses, that bottom tells you whether you're able to attain that goal, how long it'll take you to do it, and how much money you're going to send towards it. I personally, when I'm doing my goals, once I determine how much money that I have left that could go towards that goal, I take it out on the first of the month and put it aside so this way it doesn't get confused with anything else. The thing about money, the minute you have extra, you find a way to spend it. So I suggest that you look at the salaries, look at your look at your salaries, look at your goals, and then your expenses, and eliminate the stuff that is not necessary. That is how you do a budget. Thank you for watching. It is a pleasure to see you. Until the next episode.